People look at your life after the breakthrough and they think you just woke up one morning with everything figured out. But what they don't see is the pain, the confusion, the nights when you question if it's even worth it anymore. I used to think adversity was a sign that maybe I was on the wrong path, like struggle was life's way of telling me to quit. But I learned something. Adversity isn't always a dead end. Sometimes it's the doorway to who you were truly meant to become. See, the mindset that changed my life wasn't built when everything was perfect. It was forged in the moments when everything fell apart. I had dreams, goals, and a plan for my life. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. But life doesn't always ask for your permission before it shifts your direction. One moment can flip everything, and in that moment, you'll be tempted to believe that it's over. But let me tell you, what feels like an ending might just be the beginning of something deeper, something stronger. When life knocked me down, I had every reason to stay there, but I realized pain wasn't my enemy. Pain was my teacher. It was trying to introduce me to a stronger version of myself. Most people think strength is found in never falling. But real strength is rising when you have every reason to stay on the ground. It's easy to smile when everything's going your way. It's easy to have faith when the path is smooth. The real test is when you're hurting, when you feel forgotten, when it feels unfair. That's when your mindset matters most. In those moments, I stopped asking, why did this happen to me? And I started asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift didn't change my circumstances, but it changed me. People often wait for perfect conditions to keep going, but adversity doesn't mean stop, it means grow. It means become more intentional. It means stand tall even when your world is shaking. I didn't understand it at first. I thought adversity was punishment, but during the quiet moments when everything slowed down, I realized it was preparation. It was shaping my character, my heart, my purpose. You may not get to choose what happens to you, but you always get to choose how you respond. That's where your power lies, not in control of events, but in control of your spirit. And when you embrace that, when you stop running from discomfort and start learning from it, everything changes. Because adversity is not sent to destroy you, it's sent to reveal you. Some of the greatest blessings in my life didn't come wrapped in comfort. They came wrapped in heartbreak, in disappointment, in setbacks. But those moments forced me to dig deeper, to rely on something greater than talent, greater than physical ability. They made me depend on character, on faith, on resilience, and I'm grateful for it. Not because it was easy, but because it changed me. So when life hits you hard, and it will, don't let that be the moment you give up. Let it be the moment you decide. Decide that this won't break you. Decide that this won't steal your joy, your passion, your purpose. Decide that this is where you rise. Because the mindset that changes your life doesn't show up when you win. It shows up when you refuse to quit. That's where everything begins. There came a point in my life where I realized I couldn't control everything that was happening around me. I couldn't control the injury, the outcome, the circumstances, the whispers, or the setbacks. But I could control how I responded, and when I understood that, everything shifted. Because life isn't about what you're given, it's about what you do with it. Too many of us spend our days frustrated with things we can't change, instead of being committed to the things we can. You might not get to choose the storm, but you get to choose the anchor you hold on to. For a long time, I thought success was about perfect conditions, perfect health, perfect opportunities, perfect timing. But life taught me that perfection is not promised, responsibility is. You are responsible for your effort, your attitude, your perspective. You are responsible for showing up even when you don't feel like it, for choosing gratitude when you could choose bitterness, for giving your best even when no one is watching. That's what it means to control the controllables. Not pretending everything is okay, but deciding that no matter what isn't okay, your heart, your character, your response will remain solid. There was a moment when I woke up and realized I cannot change what has happened to me. But I can decide how it will shape me, and that decision, that mindset, is where freedom lives. You can sit in self-pity, or you can stand in purpose. You can let adversity write your story, or you can pick up the pen and write it yourself. Every day you wake up with two choices: surrender to the situation or surrender to the process of growth. And I chose growth. I chose to show up. Not because it was easy, not because everything made sense, but because I refused to give my circumstances more power than my faith, more power than my effort. People ask me how I stayed motivated. Truth is, I wasn't always motivated. But I was always committed. Commitment means you stay true to what you said you would do, long after the feeling you said it in has left, and that's where discipline kicks in. Discipline isn't about never feeling pain, it's about doing what's necessary even when pain is present. It's waking up, showing up, giving your best, not because the world is perfect, but because your purpose is worth it. When I started focusing on what I could control, my mind, my actions, my reactions, the weight I carried began to lighten. Not because life got easier, but because my spirit got stronger. See, your perspective is everything. Two people can go through the same situation. One comes out bitter, the other comes out better. The difference isn't the circumstance, it's the mindset. You can say, why me? Or you can say, try me. You can focus on the loss, or you can focus on the lesson. The world may doubt you, people may walk away, plans may fall apart. But as long as you are faithful with what's in your hands, your effort, your attitude, life will open another door. And even if it doesn't, you'll have peace knowing you gave everything inside of you. That's a different kind of strength. That's a different kind of freedom. So if you're in a place right now where everything feels uncertain, don't waste your energy trying to control what you can't. Put your heart into what you can. Your response is your responsibility. And when you take ownership of that, you take your power back. That's when everything starts to change. There was a time when I thought success was about reaching a destination, holding a trophy, signing a contract, hearing the crowd cheer your name. But I learned that true success isn't found in the spotlight. It's found in the quiet moments when nobody's watching, when there's no applause, when the only thing pushing you forward is the purpose inside your heart. Purpose will take you farther than talent ever could. Talent can open doors, but purpose keeps you in the room when everything gets hard. See, comfort is easy. Comfort is hitting the snooze button, taking the shortcut, doing just enough to get by. But purpose requires sacrifice. Purpose demands discipline. Purpose says, even when it hurts, keep going. There were days when getting out of bed felt like a battle. Days when I wondered, what now? What's the point? But when you live with purpose, you stop asking life to be easy. You start asking for the strength to endure. You stop chasing what feels good in the moment, and you start chasing what matters in the long run. When your why is strong enough, the how doesn't scare you anymore. Obstacles don't disappear, but they lose their power over you because you're no longer chasing comfort. You're chasing impact. I didn't want to live a life that was just about me, what I could get, what I could achieve. I wanted to live a life that meant something, a life that could outlast me. That's what purpose does. It takes your pain, your struggles, your losses, and turns them into something that can help somebody else breathe a little easier. There's a difference between existing and living. Existing is waking up, doing the same thing every day, never asking if there's more. Living is waking up with a fire in your soul, knowing that even if today is hard, it still matters. Living is being willing to take risks, to fail, to try again, not because you want recognition, but because you're driven by something deeper than applause. I had to let go of the life I thought. I wanted to make room for the life I was created for. People often say they want success, but they're not willing to give up comfort. They want purpose, but they don't want pressure. They want growth, but they don't want change. But you can't have one without the other. Purpose doesn't show up when everything is perfect. Purpose shows up in the middle of the storm, when you're tired, when you're broken, when you're tempted to quit. And it whispers, keep going. I remember sitting alone, feeling like everything I had worked for was gone. And in that silence, I asked myself, if everything can be taken from me, then what am I really living for? That question changed my life, because if your identity is only built on what you do, what happens when you can't do it anymore? But when your identity is rooted in purpose, in who you are, in what you give, in how you love, no circumstance can take that from you. You might not see the whole path right now. You might not understand why certain things happened the way they did. But purpose doesn't always come with a map. Sometimes it just comes with the next step, and you take it, you trust it, you keep showing up, not for applause, not for validation, but because your life means something, and you refuse to waste it. So don't trade your purpose for comfort. Don't settle for what's easy when you're called to something greater. Live with intention, live with conviction, live with purpose. That's where your life truly begins. There was a time when I thought gratitude was something you felt only when everything in your life was going right. When you got the win, when you got the promotion, when the plan worked out. But life taught me that gratitude is not about perfection, it's about perspective. Gratitude is choosing to see the gift even in the grind, the lesson inside the loss. It's easy to be thankful when life is smooth. The true test is whether you can be grateful when it hurts, when things don't make sense, when you're carrying pain you never asked for. After everything changed in my life, I remember waking up in the hospital. Pain in my body, uncertainty in my future, questions in my mind, and in that moment, gratitude didn't make sense. But I realized something powerful. If I waited for everything to be perfect to be grateful, I would be waiting for the rest of my life. Gratitude isn't about denying the pain. It's about refusing to let the pain steal the beauty that's still there. It's looking at what's left, not just what was lost. It's saying, I may not understand this, but I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I still have purpose. You see, if pain can break you, it can also build you. And gratitude is what decides which one it becomes. There were days when I wanted to complain, when I wanted to withdraw, when I wanted to question everything, but I made a decision. If I couldn't change what happened, I could change how I looked at it. I could choose to see opportunity in the obstacle. I could choose to thank God for what I still had instead of only grieving what I lost. And the moment I did that, my heart became lighter, my mind became clearer, my spirit became stronger. Gratitude gives you strength because it shifts your focus from what's out of your control to what's still in your hands. It reminds you that even in brokenness, there is blessing. Even in silence, there is growth. Even in darkness, there is light if you choose to look for it. Most people think joy comes from comfort, but real joy comes from gratitude. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, it gives it purpose. I started to appreciate the little things, waking up to another morning, the people who loved me, the chances I still had to make an impact, and I realized something. We are not promised perfect days, but we are promised opportunities in every day. Opportunities to love, to serve, to grow, to keep going. And when you live from a place of gratitude, you stop chasing happiness and start creating it. Some people spend their whole life waiting for perfect conditions to be grateful. But if you can only be thankful when everything goes your way, that's not gratitude, that's comfort. Gratitude is standing in the storm and still saying, thank you for the rain because it's helping me grow. Gratitude is choosing joy even when circumstances don't give you a reason to. Gratitude is knowing that what you have is still enough to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing. And let me tell you, grateful people are powerful people. They're not easily shaken. They're not easily broken. Because their strength doesn't come from what they have or what they do. It comes from what they've decided in their heart. They've decided to see life not through the lens of defeat, but through the lens of purpose. So if you're in a hard season right now, I'm not asking you to ignore the pain. I'm asking you to look for the beauty that still exists in the middle of it. Find one thing, just one, to be grateful for, and hold on to it. Because gratitude doesn't just change your day, it changes your life. I used to think life was all about what I could achieve, how far I could go, how much I could gain, how successful I could become. But life has a way of showing you what truly matters. It's not about how many trophies you collect or how many people know your name. It's about how many lives you touch, how many people you help stand when they feel like falling, how your story gives someone else the courage to keep going. Because at the end of the day, your success isn't measured by what you have, it's measured by what you give. When everything changed for me, I realized something powerful. The pain I went through wasn't just about me. It wasn't to shame me or to stop me. It was to shape me so I could serve others better. Pain has a way of opening your eyes to the struggles of people around you. When you've walked through darkness, you recognize it in someone else's eyes. And instead of turning away, you lean in, you say, I've been there. I know what it feels like, and if I made it out, you can too. That's when you understand your story is bigger than you. People ask me all the time, how do you keep going? And I tell them, it's because I'm not just living for me. When you live only for yourself, you can quit when it gets hard. But when you live for something bigger, for your family, for your faith, for the people you're called to impact, quitting is no longer an option. When I get on that stage or when I meet someone who's struggling, I don't see an audience. I see a person who might be one decision away from giving up. And if my story, my scars, my testimony can help them stand one more day, then every bit of pain was worth it. We all go through things we didn't ask for. We all carry battles that people don't see. But what if the very thing you're asking why me about is the thing that someone else is silently praying for an answer to? What if your perseverance is the blueprint for their breakthrough? That's why I believe true purpose is found in service. It's not about standing above people, it's about standing with them. Service doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes it's a conversation, a hug, a smile, a phone call that says, "I'm here." Sometimes it's simply showing up when it would be easier to stay silent. When you serve from a place of authenticity, you don't need recognition. You don't need applause. You just need a heart that's willing to give even when it hurts, and I get it. Life can make you bitter. Pain can make you selfish. Struggle can make you close off. But the moment you start serving others, something shifts. Pain doesn't control you anymore. It starts to work through you, not against you. What once felt like a burden begins to feel like a bridge, connecting your story to someone else's survival. I don't want to leave this world being remembered just for what I did. I want to be remembered for what I gave, for how I made people feel, for how I helped them believe again. Because legacy isn't built by standing in the spotlight. It's built by how you treat people when no one is watching. It's built in compassion, in sacrifice, in love. So don't hide your scars, don't bury your story. Somebody out there needs to hear it. Somebody needs to know that broken doesn't mean finished, that pain doesn't mean purpose is gone. Share it, serve with it, help somebody else breathe again. That's where true success is found.